Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now June 1st of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zeroh. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that they are really trying to figure out exactly how they can properly really create a very successful expanded universe that's really going to propel fans into new mythologies, into new timelines as well, that's really going to be far larger than the old EU that we got back in the 1990s and the early 2000s. Now, since then, of course, we've seen a lot of changes by Disney. We've seen a very rough, I guess you could say, layout or timeline of Disney Star Wars in general. You know, we've seen that they have had a big trouble with the sequel trilogy movies, as well as even some of their other plans of the 10 years worth of Star Wars movies that they had actually planned before Kathleen Kennedy canceled it due to the Solo: A Star Wars Story box office results back in, of course, 2018. Now, the thing that's really interesting about the future of Star Wars is that, of course, moving forward, we do know that they have a plan in place to develop something a little bit more, I guess you could say, authentic to George Lucas's vision of the franchise and how he sees Star Wars. Now, with that being said, obviously, a lot of changes are being made to the new EU. This includes, TV shows and movies and books, novels and comics and video games, and so on and so forth. And what's really intriguing, of course, is that with both Disney and Lucasfilm now focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films and their new Star Wars universe in general, they are all in a phase of damage control to create a better and brighter future for the Star Wars franchise. Now, keep in mind that it's explained that both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are hard at work on fixing the franchise to become something better for the Star Wars fans around the world, where Kathleen Kennedy's creative control has been stripped away thanks to Disney CEO Bob Chapek, and the new Star Wars films and TV shows will be as authentic as possible to the vision of George Lucas. However, it's noted that before and after the premiere for The Rise of Skywalker, many interviews were given to the creators of the sequel trilogy, as well as the actors of the franchise. At one point in time, actor Mark Hamill was questioned about Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy and her stance on The Rise of Skywalker, where Mark Hamill was able to shed light on multiple subjects. Mark Hamill was able to reveal that Kathleen Kennedy was the one responsible to cancel the plan to allow Mark Hamill to come up with his own lines of dialogue before Kennedy stepped into the changes being made to Episode 9 at the time. Now, Mark Hamill was described to have made a plan with J.J. Abrams to create his own lines of dialogue, to which Kathleen Kennedy put an end to during the second phase of reshoots. Now, not just that, but also Mark Hamill went on to reveal that Kennedy was the one who didn't want Luke Skywalker to be the highlight of the film in the reshoots, and that she had a change of heart of Luke Skywalker being used in the final Skywalker Saga film, as she wanted to only focus on the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren. Hamill, however, revealed that Kennedy also was the one responsible to interfere with the marketing of The Rise of Skywalker, where initially there was supposed to be a trailer with tons of promotion for the character of Luke back in December of 2018 around Christmas time and the holiday season. Now, this plan was put to an end as Kennedy delayed the marketing of Episode 9 all the way until Star Wars Celebration of 2019, with the first official teaser at the time that included scenes from the second phase of reshoots. Hamill also was able to reveal that he had trained for some scenes as Luke using a lightsaber in flashback sequences that were also deleted. Now, these were shot back in September of 2018, some weeks after they first started shooting the film in early August. Now, the Star Wars community, however, is still very focused on how Disney will handle the new EU with Disney Plus, and even the new Star Wars films moving forward for the fans to enjoy, and that the character of Luke is not done just yet in the Star Wars franchise in general. So, let me just say one thing here, is that was one major flaw for The Rise of Skywalker, is that we did indeed see a lot of inconsistency issues with the marketing of Episode 9. They were supposed to have a major trailer reveal around holiday season of 2018. I'm sure that you guys remember that entire big deal. First it was on, then it was off, and there were other delays as well for the early year of 2019. And that was also further delayed until Star Wars Celebration, where we only got an actual teaser less than a year before the actual movie dropped. In comparison to what JJ did with The Force Awakens, giving us an actual teaser over a year before the release of The Force Awakens. So, the thing with Kathleen Kennedy, obviously it seems that she has a lot of problems with the characters of the Skywalkers, right? Luke, Anakin, you name it. Where she didn't really want anything to do with them. It seems like that Kathleen Kennedy has a grudge against these characters for some reason. I don't know why. But when we look at everything, in general here, obviously Disney's already trying to become more ambitious with this brand. They're really trying to use this opportunity to rebuild it from the ground up so that fans can really enjoy themselves. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one from night to morning.